everyone, it's Victoria with Nutrition by Victoria. I have a Master's of Science in Human Nutrition and I'm here to help you build a high functioning metabolism so that you can get and stay effortlessly lean, slim, fit, and healthy, all while eating a high carb, low fat, plant-based vegan diet in as much as you want within that realm, okay? And this protocol works for everyone. Those of you transitioning from a standard American diet, transitioning from a keto diet, uh, maybe you are already eating high carb, low fat, and you desire to be more raw, or maybe you're starting with a starch solution, whatever it is, whatever paradigm you're coming from, whatever diet you're coming from, this protocol will work for you. So in today's video, I am going to talk about the benefits that I've been experiencing shifting from a raw till 4 diet of where I eat fruit all day and a big starch meal at night into fruit all day, more fruit at night, and vegetables instead of the starch. Okay, so transitioning from getting my calories from fruit and starches, my glucose from fruit and starches, to predominantly fruit. Okay. Right now, I'm also having a bit of a lunch snack here. I've got some cotton candy grapes. And somebody's like, why do you always show your belly? And really, it's like Freelee vibes, okay? I was so inspired by Freelee and the way that she looked when I first came into this high carb, low fat way of eating. And I was like, oh man, I want to be able to eat as much as she does and look like that, you know? And I have achieved that after 12 years of trial and error. And the magic really lies in the fruit. But of course, like I just said at the beginning of this video, not everybody can start off just eating a fruit-based diet. Not everybody wants to eat a fruit-based diet. A lot of people will just stay on raw till 4, and she actually says the same thing, and that is perfectly fine. You do you, boo, okay? And some people don't want to eat much fruit at all. Now, fruit is very healthy, and fruit is very, necessary for several reasons in terms of like helping to cleanse your body, hydrate your body, the nutrient density. It's the only food that we can eat as humans raw where it's beneficial for our health, okay? Well, aside from some vegetables as well. But fruit is, we are designed to eat raw fruit, right? We are frugivores by design, which is why a high carb, low fat diet works so well for us, because most fruit is predominantly high carb, low fat. Okay. So, what are some of the benefits that I have experienced since shifting? Well, one, I have been able to. I got sick, so I switched off of starch because, like I've said, and I've been getting a lot of questions about this too, that my glucose um, after dinner, my readings were staying elevated, and it did this for 3 days in a row. And it was when I was having really big starch meals, and people were like, well, why didn't you just make your starch meals a little bit smaller? Or it's calories in, calories out. No, it has to do with what you are eating versus how much you are eating. I can eat as much fruit as I want, and I will be slim as, healthy as, fit as, and on starches, I just have a tendency to carry a little bit more fluid, a little bit more fat, and that's just that, if you're eating starches and you are, calorie restricting, like High Carb Hannah was promoting, Plentiful Kiki, Broccoli Mom, you'll notice that they're not just like housing down the starch, right? They're diluting their meals with vegetables in order to, um, negate some of that density. Freelee the Banana Girl has always suggested having greens with her starch meals at night. Another one, Paige Shea, she always has a big salad with her potatoes at night as well. So we are using the vegetables to help the starches move through the system. Um, and it actually ends up negating some of the starch that gets absorbed into the system as well. And when we're talking about, sugar versus starch, right? So fruit is denser in sugar, whereas starch is denser in starch, right? Potatoes, rice, pasta, things like that. So it's going to be harder it's a denser molecule, it's more compact, it contains more carbohydrate, and the body has to work harder to break that down. So I just made things easier for my body. And because I've done that, I've been experiencing effortless weight loss. Has been like a huge like side effect, okay? I've probably lost 5 to 10 pounds in the last few weeks. Um, and just on a side note, this is the way that I was eating, where it was fruits and greens, leading up to getting pregnant the third time. So I was very, very lean, and I had transitioned from like raw tofu into fruits and greens. And I'll talk about that as to why I did that in a later video as well. So the other thing is I was having all this mucus congestion, and I still have a little bit now. So I've been keeping things very light, very hydrating. Um, I've been desiring a lot of citrus, strong lemon waters, tea. I've been making a lot of soups, like a tomato. I call it my pizza vegetable soup. I will post that on one of my shorts for tonight because I'm going to make it tonight. Um, Lots of watermelon. For a little while, I couldn't taste anything, and my throat was so sore that I couldn't even like eat anything that had like grapes, for instance, because the skin was just too rough on my throat. So I've really had to like listen to my body over the last few weeks and figure out, okay, what do I need to eat? So ever since I came off the starch, I've just got hit with this like massive like mucus elimination. I mean, it's just like crazy what is coming out of this area. Right now, I'm clogged right in this pathway. I had a lymph node here that was super swollen. It's still a little bit, you can see it right there. But yeah, just lots of junk coming out. So I was like, okay, I need to rest more. I need to eat more fruit. I need to stay hydrated and deal with this because I don't have another option, right? So, in the meantime, I've shifted my exercise routine into one that is just more um, supportive of where I'm at with my health. So I've been doing easy jogs most days of the week. I'm averaging like 12 miles a week right now, which is a 2 mile jog 6 days a week. And I'm going very easy. If any of you follow me on Strava, you'll see my pace is like 11 to 12 minute mile. So I'm just going out, taking it easy. It feels good to pump my lymph, and then, I'm hacking up crap afterwards. Sorry if this is TMI. But this video is important. It's an important transition into where I'm going to be going with the content and information that I'll be sharing in the future. So, uh, yeah, I've just been really going with the flow, the ebb and flow of my current situation and my current life. Um, but I've been really focused more on rebounding. I've been doing more rebounding as it's like more of a gentle flush for my lymphatic system. I'm still cycling. I've just cut my cycling duration in half on a weekly scale. So I was doing like 7, 8, more like 7 hours of cycling a week, so an hour a day, and I'm doing about half of that now, so more like 3 hours a week. And then I've been doing a lot more yoga. Yoga, I feel like, is exactly what my system needs in order to just like um, release stress, improve flexibility, improve my strength in a way that is non injury promoting. So everything I'm doing is very like just easier on my system. There's no high intensity. It just feels good, right? And what I've noticed is everything other than my cardio ability right now, because it's not very, because I'm still dealing with this like illness thing, it's not very strong, but my endurance is really good. Um, as long as I don't overdo it, and then my flexibility and my strength is improving. So that is what I've needed to improve. I feel like I had really burned myself out with doing way too much cardio. So, creating that balance. And then the eating of the fruit has really advanced my yoga practice tremendously within the last few weeks. I'm able to do Chaturanga Dandasana, which is a yoga push-up into a upward facing dog, um, without touching the ground now. I used to have to put my knees on the ground, and just my body's flowing a lot easier. I'm becoming more flexible, a lot stronger, and it just feels really, really good. In fact, I remember Freelee, the banana girl, saying the same thing, that her yoga practice really improves when she eats a all fruit diet, a fruit based diet, a fruit and vegetable diet. Now, when I say fruit and vegetable diet, I'm not saying I'm all raw here or fruitarian. Right now, I'm eating predominantly fruit, including dried fruit, fruit juice, canned fruit if I'm not able to get enough like fresh fruit. And then at nighttime, I'm having cooked and raw vegetables. There's no nuts, there's no seeds, there's no starch right now, there's no oils, nothing like that. So a lot of raw people, they'll, go all raw and then they'll have a bunch of nuts and seeds at nighttime. I would rather have cooked vegetables than nuts and seeds. I just don't desire them. They don't work well with my digestion. I don't think people need to eat them. You can actually get enough omega-3 fatty acids from just eating fruits and vegetables. Okay, so the other, so weight loss, improve strength and flexibility. I'd say improve cardio endurance, but that is like something that's slowly building back up. Like I said, I'm just feeling good and trying to get over this sickness right now. And I'd say that my mucus secretions are, they're becoming like thinner, so that stuff is moving out. My skin is very clear actually. When I transitioned from raw till 4 with the big starch meal into, a fruit based, predominantly diet, fruits and vegetables, I had a few breakouts, and I haven't had breakouts in forever. A lot of times when you're pregnant and breastfeeding and doing all that, your hormones are not promoting like a lot of breakouts. Plus, I've been high carb, low fat for a really long time, and really it's fat that drives your breakouts. Um, but I had a few little like bumps, and then they all went away. And I think that that was just the transition, as my lymph has thinned out from eating fruits and vegetables, and I'm not using as much energy on digesting starch and things like that. My lymph is able to move better. Okay, and then there's some other things, like this is something I haven't talked about yet, is that during my pregnancy, I had really bad varicose veins. I had mentioned that actually, but I believe I developed this condition called POTS, polyorthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and it was somewhat responsible for what was going on with my veins. Well, now, like, I can't go in a hot tub, my blood pressure will drop too low. And that's why I also started using the glucometer, because I wanted to see if there was a correlation between my symptoms and my blood sugar as well. So, ever since I changed my diet to the fruits and vegetables and less starch, or having no starch days as well, my symptoms are a lot better. And in fact, I'm finding a cessation in some of my symptoms, where I'm not getting as lightheaded when I'm in the shower. I'm not ready to test the hot tub yet, but we'll see as things go on. And then I've noticed like my vascular damage on my legs from my veins, it's starting to improve even more. That could be, just because I'm getting farther away from, having had a baby, but who knows. But those are the main things that I've noticed so far, is just effortless weight loss, weight that I didn't even have to try to lose. It just completely fell off. So my digestion's better. I'm having more bowel movements. you know, I went from like 1 to 2 a day to like 2 to 3 a day. Um, and just overall, I'd say better energy, better sleep. I don't feel nearly as stressed out, so my cortisol levels are lower. Um, and yeah, I'd say that that's about it. And a lot of people are like, well, why wouldn't you just give up sugar instead of starch? And the thing with that is I don't really eat that much sugar. I don't add that much sugar to my food. So, and the sugar wasn't causing a disruption in my ability to manage my or regulate my blood sugar, but this big starch meal was. So that's why I knew, because I've had, this come up in the past, that that's what I needed to do was to shift that around. So, that's about it for this video. I really appreciate all of the questions. I hope that you guys get a lot out of me sharing the benefits of eating a fruit-based diet. Again, effortless weight loss, clearer skin, better digestion, more frequent bowel movements, better energy, more stable energy, lower stress, better sleep, improved strength and flexibility. That's like 10 reasons. Okay. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Leave any comments or questions down below. My little buddy is waking up, so I got to go, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.